All right, we're ready.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ash to Ash for Cigar Podcast, coming to you from the Buffalo Cigars studio in Orchard Park, New York, and powered by Belladama Cigars. Once again, 3 men at a table.
Yep, absolutely. Where'd Tony go?
We lost one.
We lost Tony again. If you guys see Tony anywhere, let us know.
Catch and release.
Look,
Catch and release.
Look, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
So, but good week for football.
Was it for us?
Oh,
For us, it was a good week for football.
are we talking about this first?
Yeah, today we have some special guests coming on the podcast, but we're going to be smoking the Viva La Vida Club 500.
I smoked one of their cigars one time. What was it? The octopus one, the El Pupel.
El Pupel, yeah.
Excellent cigar.
Because they have
Absolute
this
excellent
one, they
cigar.
have the Jester, they have El Pupel.
Yeah, excellent cigar.
So what'd you get on the cold draw?
The tobacco tasted, I don't even know the flavor, but it was nice. Yeah, I wouldn't say sweet, but it tasted very good.
I'm getting a little figgy. Let's get figgy with
Figgy.
it. Then,
Christmas dates.
Yeah, let's get figgy
Uh-huh.
with it.
Well, I can already tell you it's going to be a great cigar. I don't have a good way of describing the notes on these things. Bill is the one that usually picks up the graham crackers and toasted s'mores or whatever he gets out of them. Figs, with warm pear. I don't know. What do you get?
What do I get?
Yeah.
What do I always get? Smoke.
Oh,
Smoke with tobacco.
But I will say this is a lot better than the one we had last week.
yeah, the one we had last week was a little rough.
Hey,
It,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, this is a very good cigar.
Do we have a new country? I understand. As you told me, the viewing.
Yeah, we have
Poland, wasn't it?
Poland,
Poland,
Germany,
welcome.
Canada, United States, of course, Brazil,
Italy.
Italy, Puerto Rico. So we're quite the diversified audience.
We're looking for more countries.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, a lot of smoke. Very good.
Do we have guests today?
Yep, we're going to have Billy and Gus from Artesano del Tobacco. That's their company. And like I said, they make Viva La Vida Club 500, the Jester, and El Pupel. So we're going to have them on today. And
Which, if you get a chance on that El Pupel, grab that cigar, smoke it. It's an excellent cigar. It's not one that I bought for the shop because in New York itself, it's going to be a very pricey cigar for us. But if you're in a state, Pennsylvania, Florida, any of those places where the taxes are very low, go ahead and get it. And just to give you a comparison, there's no tax on cigars in Florida. In New York State, whatever the wholesale is on the cigar, we've got to pay 75% tax to New York State. So it's very difficult to get cigars that an everyday guy can afford on a regular basis.
So in other words, go to the red state.
there you go. Well, some good news. Well, good news for you two guys.
Okay.
This week, you both picked up 9.
All right.
I got 7.
There you go.
So I'm sitting at 98. Lou, you're at 84. And Sean, you're at 93.
Climbing back, baby. I'm climbing
And
back.
you're a little behind because you had that bye week.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
else I'd be
Right.
blowing you out.
Yep.
I don't think so.
So the big ones, we missed. Packers and the Bears. Tony got that one.
Yeah.
We had the Packers, right? Packers won that game.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying no, it was 14-35.
No, not the Packers and the Bears. It
Oh.
was 20-19.
Oh,
I might
Big Billy.
Yeah.
Made a
We
mistake.
won that one. We got
No.
10.
We got
Oh, there
10.
you go. So that gives you 10. That gives me 8.
I'm moving on up. The Bucks, I'll count it as a win because they had a bye week.
Yes, they did.
Right. Well, we
Yeah.
did lose the one with the Seahawks and the 49ers.
Yeah. Geno Smith he's a good quarterback, and he beat us.
'Cause,
He beat us. 'Cause, you know, Geno Smith is he's a good quarterback, and he beat us. 'Cause, you know, Geno Smith is he's a good quarterback, and he beat us. 'Cause, you know, Geno Smith is he's a good quarterback, and he beat us.
But the best news of the week
Oh,
is finally a certain team in Kansas City who shall remain nameless
the
picked
Chiefs.
up a loss.
Yeah, and listen. So we handed them the first loss of the season, and Josh Allen. A little trivia about that. He is the winningest quarterback against Mahomes. No other quarterback has beaten Mahomes 4 times. Our problem is we beat them in the regular season regularly. We've
Right.
got to beat them in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But I mean, that game was such a good game.
That game wasn't as close as the score made it.
No,
Mahomes was pressured 46% of the time. We actually killed ourselves on some drives.
yeah,
So
and that Josh Allen touchdown,
It was a
that
great
rushing
run.
touchdown, was phenomenal. I think that it puts him in as an MVP contender just on
he
the
should
run.
be.
Yeah,
Oh, he's number 1 right now in the odds. I checked that out.
Then you have this fantastic game. You had the Jaguars versus
Oh.
the Lions, 52-6 for the Jags. No, I'm sorry,
No.
for the Lions.
we're the Lions. Yeah, I was gonna say the
52-6.
Let me tell you, people said the Lions got the worst of that deal getting Jared Goff. He's number 1 in passing. His QB rate is very high. He's playing phenomenal. He's in the MVP run, and he should be.
Yeah. I called it at the beginning of the season. I called it at the middle of the season. I'm still calling it.
You know,
Lions and Bills.
Lions are good. I mean, what else we got?
What do we got for the picks this week?
How am I?
Well, real quick, for you, Chris, Sean got this one. Let's see, where's it at? The Redskins versus the Eagles. Lou and I took the Skins and lost it because it was a 26-18 game. So
Yeah.
you got that one.
All right.
So sorry, Chris.
Hey, Chris, I was on your side, bro.
That's it. And with your locks, Lou, how did we do at college locks?
Oh, look,
this week?
give me my locks because I don't really remember.
Well, you had James Madison versus Old Dominion. You took Madison.
Winner.
Oregon versus Air Force. You had Oregon.
Winner.
We got to start checking him. I don't
Check
know.
him.
Yeah, I don't know. about
I
you.
bring it on. You're like Kamala Harris. You got to fact check me.
Boise State versus San Jose.
Winner.
UB versus Ball State. You had
Winner.
You had UB.
They won in overtime.
And let's see. Sean, you said the Bills and the Lions for the Super Bowl.
Bills and Lions in the Super Bowl, and I've been saying it since the beginning of the season.
What?
Lou's indisposed for the moment. He's got a phone call. But we are going to carry
It's
on.
the
with
NFL commissioner.
that. Yeah. So listen, while we're waiting for Lou to come back, let's talk about movies for a minute. It'll drive me crazy
So
that
just
he's not
let you
here to
know, I've
talk
had
about
these
it.
aging
Yeah.
about a year and a half.
Okay. Good. It's an excellent cigar. True Grit, the movie True Grit. It's and Lou's going to kill me that we're talking about this without him here, but I want to see a vote up on here. First True Grit or the remake? The first one had John Wayne, second one had Jeff Bridges, and I think the second one is better. What do you think? Did you see both?
I've seen both of them.
Okay, I actually haven't seen the first, but I know the second one's better. What did you think?
I like them both.
You like them both? All right. Little
Yeah.
trivia about the remake True Grit. The actress who played Maddie in it. Do you know who she is?
No.
She is Josh Allen's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Everything comes back to Buffalo
That's
eventually. Oh, and we should start adding the Buffalo Extreme onto this thing in the basketball. I'll give you the teams and who's playing.
All right.
I'm wearing the Extreme hoodie today. Buffalo Extreme is an ABA team. They play here in Buffalo. I've been to every home game from their inaugural season last year and into this year. They're undefeated right now this year, playing excellent basketball. And I think I've mentioned it before on here, but these guys are just playing fundamental basketball, net to net, court up and down the court. The defense was amazing. We played the Herkimer Originals on this last one, and we beat them by 60 points. And listen, the Herkimer Originals had beaten us last year in the playoffs. So,
And I also hear there's deals if you belong to Buffalo Cigars.
if you're a Buffalo Cigar member, there's a QR code that's online for it. You can scan it and you can get in for free. And listen, tickets on this thing are pretty inexpensive to begin with. Under $10, you can get yourself in. Kids under a certain age get in free. It's a great place to just, especially winter coming on here in Buffalo. It's Saturday night, take your grandkids or your kids to the ball game and sit there and watch it. They are putting an excellent product onto the field, and I'm really, really happy with the way those guys are playing. They're excellent guys, high character, and high quality. All right. Lou, are you done? You ready to join us again? Oh, my God. It takes a phone call in the middle of a live podcast.
Let me try to look.
All right, go ahead. Was it Jeff Bridges calling saying his movie was better?
Another bullshit thing we'll discuss later.
We already discussed it. Done.
No, it was one of my players, and it was exit interviews. We were 12th in the nation, by the way. So we do exit interviews, and I've been trying to get a hold of them again.
Okay.
So
Is he going to play again next year?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And they like me. They told me not to go anywhere
Good.
They liked you?
Good.
for some reason.
Oh, yeah, well.
Okay, you want my?
All right. Well,
Which one do you want to do it?
let's go through week 12.
When do we have these guests coming on, by the way?
They're here now.
It's quarter till.
You want
Yeah.
to take the
Yeah.
guest first?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can visit football again.
All right. We got to put on the headphones for this. There we go. I'm not hearing them.
You're muted.
Hey guys, how are you?
There you go.
How you
How we doing?
Good, good. So we're visiting cigar shops, and we took a break to be with the Ash to Ash group, and
Thank you.
we're just trying to find a spot to park and do this beautiful smoke with you guys. The Club 500.
Yeah, so we're
Yep.
we're smoking the Club 500 right now, and I got to tell you, it's an excellent cigar. You guys always put out a good product. And this cigar shows it. Very, very good cigar.
Yes, I
Thank you so
concur.
much.
It is a very good cigar.
So
Thank
tell
you
us
so
a little
much,
bit
guys.
about how you made it. How'd you come up with this? What does Club 500 mean?
Yes, that's a great question. So basically, when we started with Artesano del Tobacco about 6 years ago, we came up with a cigar called Viva La Vida, and the first 500 stores and cigar lounges and clubs. By the way, this is Gus. You can
Gus,
see
how
us
you
now.
doing?
Hey,
Hi.
how are you guys?
Good, Gus. How are
Thank for
you?
having us. Good, good, good.
Thank you
So-
for coming on.
My pleasure, guys. We were driving like crazy to find a spot.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe.
We are here now. Right now, we are safe.
Okay, good, good.
So I'm fixing it now, and we could talk. So basically, the Club 500 is a tribute to all the cigar lounges and clubs that they supported us, and we did a survey. We asked them, "What's the size that you like, guys?" 85% they were 6x60.
That's a good size.
Yeah, and about 62% they wanted a box press. So that's what we came up with, the Club 500. And the first launch, they were given to the first 500 clubs. They were the first people to buy it and sell it to their members. And that's the story with the Club 500. But
So what's the blend in this?
yeah, so it's basically the same as the original one, but what we did, we went and we spoke with AJ that we need a wrapper that is more on the reddish color, dark red. We want it to be has more cream to it. So we went and we studied the wrapper that we have, which is the Havana Oscuro and dark, and it took us like about a year to ferment it and age it to a certain color. And when we put it together, it came out really delicious. It worked perfect. The notes, right, that we
See,
talked.
the right terminology is rosado. Look at this color.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. I
This
mean,
is-
when you think tobacco, you're thinking this color. This thing is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
I like the size of it because I like a big cigar. So
Mhm.
it's really good and it burns well. I have a
Yeah,
question.
structure.
I have a question for you guys.
yes,
what-
go ahead.
Before you got into your own cigar business, what did you do before that you decided, hey, I'm doing this?
This is a very important question. Thank you for asking that. And before this, for like almost 28 years, we were in retail. We had like a cigar in lounge and cigar stores in Manhattan.
Is your question before tobacco?
No, before you started your own company, what did you do and what made you want to say, hey, I'm done with working for somebody else?
Okay,
We never worked for somebody else, which is great.
I did. I worked I'm an architect by trade, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked in an architectural firm, but we opened cigar shops in New York. It's called the New York Cigar Inn.
We were there like
What part of New York is it in?
in Manhattan.
Okay.
The shops were in Manhattan. You guys, are you familiar with Manhattan, the city?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
know
think
it's
we've all
expen-
been there before.
I know it's expensive.
That is correct.
That's
Very. So one location was like on First Avenue and 70th. The other one on 54th and 2nd. Then we moved the one on 70th to 73rd.
Last home game. We will have you for the next 3 weeks.
What'd you do, Lou?
I don't know. It's
We had technical difficulties here. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
So go ahead.
That's great. Yeah, so like we came from retail. We did retail for like 28 years, and back in 2015, Altaris of North America, Casa de Monte Cristo, they put a bid on our like business, and long story short, they bought the business, and
Then we started
after
with
we sold, we started this.
So now you live out of your cars driving around trying to sell them. Every rep puts in a ton of windshield time, and I'm sure it's no different for you guys.
Do you miss the retail part of it or no?
we miss the clients, honestly. This is much different and better because you go and you visit cigar shops, you see different states, you see different clients.
You have more
But
freedom.
but we miss the clients that we had. They became friends, right? And
Right.
28 years, some of them they just got married and they have kids, and now all of a sudden their kid is about 20 or 21, and you see it's like, oh my god, I'm getting old, man. So
Yeah.
it's fun to see that, and
But
yes, we miss it.
What's nice about it though is they become your family almost. You're hanging with them. They come in your shop, and so you guys on the road there. When are you gonna come up to Buffalo sometime?
We were in Buffalo like a couple months ago,
Yeah.
but we are planning to come back again, 100%.
Good.
I can tell you one thing that you're talking about with the relationships, like we all met here. This is being in the store every day, you see the same folks that come in, you talk to them, you know everything about them, and they really do. They become, your family, your friends. This is a group of people that you're with sometimes more than you are with your own family. That is the best part of smoking cigars in one of these brick and mortar type places. is the people that you meet, the conversations you have, this just the joking around and having fun. It just makes your day so much better.
So I have a question for you. I have a question for you two guys.
Mhm.
We're having a debate here.
Oh,
True Grit, the original or the remake?
What is
do
it?
you guys know the movie
True Grit with John Wayne?
Yes.
The original or the remake?
Original.
Thank
I
you.
like the original.
No, I only heard one half of the answer. So the one had John Wayne, the remake had Jeff Bridges.
They said the original.
No, I only heard one. So what did you guys think? Which movie did you really prefer?
The original for sure.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
There you
All right,
go.
we're closing that. That's it. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you guys.
So do you guys have any?
No, I don't want to think.
Okay.
Do you guys have?
Listen, we could have two answers, right? So
Absolutely.
okay. The new and the
Do you-
old. How
You
about
guys
that?
have? You guys have anything new in the works coming out?
Yes, definitely, man. We always working on new sizes for Al Pulpo and for Viva. And again, when we do sizes, we do not just take the same blend and make a size, right? So, like we did with the Club 500 and we did with the Jester, we ferment the wrapper, the binder, sometimes more the filler. We try to play with it. We bring more oils from the fermentation to the leaf to make it darker or a little bit lighter. Um, each size it dictates what flavor the outcome should be, right? So if you understand that, then you could work the construction of each element of the cigar between filler, binder, wrapper to work with a special size that you are working with. So with the Al Pulpo, we're working to bring a Lancero, also a Perfecto. With the Viva La Vida, we are getting.
See, those are guys addition like sizes. But as you said, if there's something new, we definitely have this formula, which is we work on between 3 to 5 years in advance for like a blend.
Right.
So thank you for asking this question. Yes, there is something new that will hit the market within the next 12 to maybe 16 months. And the name is called Cojo Corojo. Ojo Corojo is a blend that you really, guys, once it become available on the shelves of the cigar lounges and stores, it's going to be a very nice blend that we are so excited and happy to make it available for everybody.
Cool.
Yes, my answer
Well-
to you, there is always something new that we work on.
So it takes you to get a new cigar out between 5 and 6 years of developing, and then to get it to market another 18 months. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the way we do things backwards, right? We design, let's take Al Pulpo, for example, right? So we designed everything for it: boxes, labels, Vista, logo, everything. We designed the sizes that we want, the shapes that we're looking for, box press, round, whatever, right? And then we go down plus specifying what wrapper, binder, filler, right? So we go down to the factory and we work with AJ on the project. So what you are doing, you are somehow influencing the outcome from AJ mind of the cigar that you're looking for. Instead of like, I want to do a cigar, I don't know, something strong or something mild or whatever, right? So he comes in and he's also confused because he doesn't know what you want. So by doing something like this, what you're doing is you're showing a map of the finished product and what flavors you're looking for. Mind you, that the flavors that we do is not based on my palate or Gus's palate. We have a tremendous amount of knowledge from the consumer throughout the 28 years in retail. And also, when we go to cigar shops, we always ask, what's missing? What do you think? Which wrapper? What's the best sizes that you guys are smoking now? If somebody tell me I like X or Y and Z cigar, what do you like about it? What flavors? So we always ask these questions, the consumer, and we take notes, right? So when we go and we do a cigar, like for example, Al Pulpo, 5 years ago, San Andreas wrapper wasn't the hottest wrapper, right? So you have to have like some kind of projection of what's gonna be the hottest wrapper in a year or two. So when we came down to AJ and we told him we want to do a San Andreas, he's like, San Andreas, nobody want. Like, why you don't do broadleaf? Everybody want broadleaf, heavy, spicy. Oh, it's like, how long it's gonna take it to come to the market? He's like, 2 years. So we say, we think in 2 years, San Andreas will be the hottest wrapper.
And it's red hot.
Exactly. And it took us 5 years to bring it.
Yep.
We started the project 2017, and we wanted a special San Andreas from certain whatever, right? So he was able to have fermented, aged, and I don't know if you smoked Al Pulpo, guys. It's really to me, and you know, it's a great cigar.
It's an excellent cigar.
Thank you.
You know, you were talking about fermentation a little while ago. Sometimes customers, I would say the casual customer comes in all the time. They have no idea how much fermentation and how much processes go into making this tobacco, how to make it the right way, the right flavor. It's not like you just pick it, put it in a barn, bale it up, ship it down somewhere and roll it. I mean, there's a process to this. And they don't get that. Sometimes they don't. They don't understand that how much work and how much love you got to put into these cigars in order to get them just right. It's a skill. It's an art to get it correctly.
But the other skill, like when you guys were retail, you put your heart, blood, and soul into the business, and then you get an offer. How hard was it for you to sell that retail business for you guys?
Okay, you know, let me answer this. The place, the brand, the stores were not up for sale. We did not advertise to sell. The business was very successful, very good. And again, long story short, an offer came and it was so hard to say no.
Yeah.
And like some people ask you, well, why you sell? It's very good. You know, it's always very good, but if you cannot fall in love with anything, as good as the business was, the offer was so good, as I said.
And plus, we had a vision of
We
Viva and Artesano.
Oh, okay.
We wanted to do that. You know, it's not only about the money.
Right.
And also, Altadis came and promised that they're gonna take care of the business as if it is
keep
us
the legacy.
there. You know, so we felt we are keeping the business in good hands. You know.
Mhm.
And also we could focus more on projects that we wanted to do. And if you were in retail, we cannot do it.
What was it like when you went back into that shop a year or two after you sold it?
I was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's something where you knew every inch of it. You put every inch into what you wanted, and then you come in and somebody changed things, and you're like, oh, you know, it does give a different vision to it, but it also, it's got to be tough.
Yeah.
What a great way of describing it. You're right. You know, like you know exactly which
The feeling.
each and every pin and screw, and
Yep.
you know, because you build it from scratch, and then you go there a year, 2 years later, and you see like even the paint, even they did a huge difference that it really took away from the character. But again, you know, each company has its own vision.
Well, they had their vision,
Yeah.
you had yours, and they put their own stamp on it, but it's hard to see. It's hard to see. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
But at least you were at a point where when you went to make this deal, you wanted to make sure your consumers were taken care of.
We did.
As long as they took care of your consumer base, I think, in my opinion, that would be more important than what color paint they changed or,
Correct.
the
I
furniture.
agree with you.
You see, to answer this, I hope the clients have been taken care of. And I have to share this with you. Like every time we go to those shops, whether there or like in Chicago, whatever, like people knew about us in the Cigar Inn, they keep asking us, when are you gonna open another Cigar Inn? When are you gonna open another retail?
Look, Altadis and Casa de Monte Cristo are doing their best to take care of their clients. And I mean, again, they have their own vision, they have their own philosophy, and we wish them nothing but the best. And also, they are doing their best to take care of the customer as they promised, and that was a reason for us to feel safe and secure to sell it to them, not to somebody else. And I don't know if you knew, Cigar Aficionado came to us at that time, and they named the lounge Cigar Aficionado Lounge and the humidor Cigar Aficionado Humidor, which was the only Cigar Aficionado store in the world was with us.
That's prestigious. That's outstanding. Yeah.
So when we
what-
sold, we gave back the name to Cigar Aficionado.
So what did you bring from your retail experience into now your cigar making experience? What did you learn in retail that you brought with you to your new venture here?
Let me answer this.
Great question.
Again, yeah, it's a great question. Everything you see, whether you have the chance to smoke Viva or like
I gotta step out for a second.
Right. So those are the things that we learned from being retailers. We gave our ears to the clients, to the consumers. Whatever they say, we take it into consideration, into heart, and we do exactly what they ask. So we learned a huge thing from retail. Without being retailers for that long, I don't think we'll be able to do what we're doing now.
So two things that was very important from the consumer point of view that we try to bring to what we are doing now. One is flavor, and two is shapes, sizes, right? When you do any cigar, if you want something full body, most people think they want it spicy, right? So any cigar that has a spice that leave a bite in your mouth, those cigars are rushed to the market. They didn't give it enough time for to ferment and to develop more the flavor. So we learned from the consumer that they're looking for a flavor and not something to punish their palate. We learned from them certain shapes, what's hot, what's not. Yes, it's always Robusto Toro, but there is other shapes that people are also interested in that you need to satisfy them. Same thing with Connecticut or with San Andreas or Corojo or Broadleaf. You have to understand the market. You have to understand what the consumer is looking for. For example, we learned also that people palate change every 5 to 6 years. So if you look at the cigars that you smoked in the 90s, they were mainly Dominican. Right now, it's all Nicaraguan, Honduran. Very rarely you smoke a Dominican cigar. Before, it was all Dominican cigars. And why? Not because the tobacco changed, not because it's not good. It's people palate change. It requires certain flavors, certain notes that you're looking for. And it happened to be that Nicaraguan tobacco right now has it, right? Maybe in 5, 10 years, things will change. It goes back to Dominican Republic or
So So in a way, I got a couple more questions. In a way, you guys have to be fortune tellers to predict out that far. With, customers talking to, oh, I got to, and that's a tough way, to think that far ahead.
You have to. You have to, man.
But not like being a fortune teller.
It's
You
the
have
customer who's telling you
What you
this.
have to do is
The
your due
consumer.
diligence. You have to do a lot of homework to study the market, the changes in the consumer like interest in certain things, and over the years we develop. We start to see like things are changing.
I would tell you that I smoke a lot of cigars, probably more than I should, and I favor Nicaraguan tobacco so much more than anything else. When I first started smoking, I was always just grabbing an Arturo Fuente, something or other, 858 or whatever. But my palate has really changed, and I seek out something with Nicaraguan tobacco in it. So much so that we buy Nicaraguan tobacco just to roll our hand rolls that our roller makes in the store. It's just a high quality product. And I'll tell you, I think the cigars that are coming out of Nicaragua right now are rivaling some of the Cubans were in back in the old day.
I agree.
Yeah, everybody's always so, do you have Cubans? You have Cubans. And, we can't get them in the United States. We kind of can, but you can't. I prefer this stuff 100%.
100%.
And I would stack your cigar up right there with it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
it's a
excellent
good
cigar.
Right.
Hey, I got a question. I put both of you on the spot right here.
Yeah,
So if you don't mind, I want to put you on the spot.
go ahead.
Who were your favorite customers in your store?
My favorite customer?
Your favorite customer or lounge person that came to your store, and what was it about them that you liked? So I'm going to put you on the spot with this one.
That's a hard question.
Honestly, listen, I tell you something. There were so many of them, and I will tell you why. Most of them, first of all, me and Gus and my other brother Bass, we felt so grateful that a guy had an idea in his mind in his house. Today, I want to go to the cigar inn. He took a shower, dress, or didn't take a shower, whatever. Then he opened that door. If you do not appreciate that idea that came to that guy's mind to come to your store, and remember, there were so many stores around me, right? But he decided to come to the cigar inn. If you do not appreciate that, you shouldn't be in retail first, okay? So we make them feel home. And literally, I'm telling you, I could leave for a year and they could run my shops to the T. They felt, and I'm talking doctors, lawyers, name it, right? They could run my business as if I'm there. And that trust that we had was beautiful. My friendship grew with them. My family grew with them. And it was really hard to part away and do what we are doing right now. But there is few that stuck in our mind, that they always felt, they came as a customer and yet they felt this is their store and they will go sell, they will go fix the lounge, even though we had waitresses and everything. They want to check people if they're happy, and if we have an event, they used to go and blast it, and Mori Mats was one, right?
He's 100 years old now.
He's 100. Mori Mats, Rose, David, Dr. Adam, right? There is JB. There is so many of them that we feel so connected with them, and we are so thankful for the cigar business that to introduce us to them.
Isn't that amazing? You're talking about the customers, and you mentioned doctors and lawyers and everything. To me, there's no place but a cigar shop where doctors, lawyers, truck drivers, football coaches, ditch diggers. It can be sitting next to each other, laughing and joking, having a great time around a good cigar. There is no other industry that does that. Bars try to say that they do, but you don't get that intimacy that you get in with a group of guys in a room with smoking cigars. It's my favorite thing. And each one of the stores that we're affiliated with all have a different personality. If you're in Amherst, they got one personality. Downtown, they got another one. But it's all the same. It's the same type of guys talking, laughing, joking, and just enjoying a good cigar. And sometimes it's not like the cigar advertising. Sometimes they go real deep on the sophistication of a cigar and the DuPont lighter and all the things. And it's not that. It's a guy with one of the cheap $11, little lighter that we have and buying a chillin' moose. I think that's what he smokes over here most of the time. Just a cheap cigar. And the other guy's smoking $100 cigar, and everybody's having a great time. It's great.
It is great. And let me add some, because the experience we got from this before we started ourselves in the cigar in stores in Manhattan, we were in totally different business. And every morning you wake up, you have to go downtown the village. You always have headache going to that business, and you have to. So you never felt good waking up and going to work.
No.
Once we started with the cigar in, we opened the lounges and we started this business. Not one single day I woke up thinking I'm going to work. I'm going to have fun. And as you said, the reason, all those people that you mentioned and the people that we met over the years and we still have friends, they are the ones who made our lives so interesting and so happy going and meeting those people. So in Manhattan, obviously it's different because all walks of life go into your shops, from politicians to musicians to athletes to you name it.
Yeah.
Right? And next to them there will be a guy who owns a roach killer company. A pest control company. They work in the sanitation department, sit next to each other, and they are all of a sudden the best of friends. Bars will never able to bring those people together. There's no other business. That's why we fell in love with it. That's why every time we go to a cigar store, it brings us back great, beautiful memories. Hopefully very soon we will be in Buffalo. We come to see you guys. And
I hope so.
I'm looking forward for sure.
Yeah, I missed you guys last time. The last time I saw you, we were all together with Leo.
Yeah,
correct.
Yes. But I got a question for you. What was your inspiration, or how did you come up with El Pulpo as the name of your latest?
El Pulpo. It's a great question. As you know, El Pulpo means octopus, right? And we wanted a blend that works with people's palate the way, like the octopus, right? He has no bones in his body. So if you put him in any shape, he becomes that shape. If you put him in a triangular shape, he becomes triangular shape. If you put him in a round or square, he becomes that shape. So we want a blend that works with people's palate the way the octopus fits in those shapes. So that was one of the theories that we were having to develop that brand. And also, that was the main idea.
I tell you, the octopus is a fascinating creature too. Just fascinating. So yeah, you're exactly right.
Here's my last question, guys, because I know I drive you nuts with my question. I mean,
they're great questions, brother.
Thank you. Your families, how much influence do they have in your cigar business?
Meaning the brothers as partners, or
brothers, your wives, kids?
For me, zero. They actually they support everything we do. All right, so they're not in the business.
They ever throw you any ideas?
Oh yes.
I mean, like for example, like we when we do any design, we show it to them, and my kids, oh, I love the red color or this or you know, but our wives are fully supportive, and you know they want the best for us and for them. And yes, it's a tough on them because we leave and we go, we visit cigar shops, we visit different states, and we see them maybe like 1 week or 2 weeks out of the month, and then we are traveling again. You know, so it's
Yeah.
tough on them also, but they know we are doing it because we love it,
Right.
and they want to support us on something that we love to do.
So
Where
there,
are you today?
Today we were in Jersey. We are heading to New York, and then we're going to PA, and then we're going to
We have a lot of busy
visits,
schedule, and
Yeah.
as you know, the season now. You have like Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you go back on all of us
Yep.
peacefully and with joy. I wish
But,
you, I hope, like a happy Thanksgiving for you, your
Yeah,
family
it-
as well.
this was
After
this
that,
was
we have to fly. Mhm.
this was very informative. You know,
Yep.
you guys were great.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we learned a lot, and it was interesting how your transformation from retail into wholesale into manufacturing, and it had to be scary.
yes,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
It's not something that I could say that it was easy. No, nothing is easy, but you have to have a vision. You have to trust and believe in yourself. And then the idea is this. So we sit in the office, we discuss things, the brothers, and say, okay, we have in this. You know, let me add something also for El Pulpo. By nature, we love to eat seafood. We love fish and stuff like that. And happen that also the octopus is one of our favorites for like when we
Yeah.
go to a restaurant, we love to eat octopus. So that also have influence on the name itself. In addition to what just Billy described for you about like how it has to fit your palate and everything. So not only we smoke it, we end up eating it.
Eating it. Yep.
So
Now you guys were just featured in Cigars and Spirits, correct?
yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yes, and we are so grateful for that, and we're honored for them to share our tobacco journey with every
Great people.
one that they read, you know, cigar and journal and
Well,
spirits.
But just so you know, our podcast, we do have a lot of international listeners now. We've been gaining countries actually the last couple of weeks. So you're out there in Poland, Brazil, Italy, Germany.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Where else did I?
Puerto Rico, Canada.
Wow, that's impressive, guys.
So- so the-
Congratulations.
Well, we're working hard, and you know it's a slow build, but
We're hoping they're listening to the end too. They're checking in, but we're hoping they're listening to the end.
Hard work pays. Like always, you have
Yeah.
fish, which is true, and you never know. You will see.
Yeah.
You will see. Hard work
Yeah.
pays.
we're trying. You know, this was Bill's baby, and he was gracious enough to allow me and Sean to be part of the show because I have nothing to add about cigars.
Yeah. Well, you guys came
We
on
just
with
smoked
me. Right. You
Yep.
guys came on with me early in the development.
Correct.
Back in my first season. Now we're into 3 seasons, and
Congratulations.
we've grown, and I'm glad to know you guys. Glad to be smoking these cigars. Now let me ask you this: Lou put you on the spot once before. Now I'm gonna see what we do. Out of the 3 you have so far, you have the Club 500, the Jester, and El Pupo. What is your favorite?
The next
Each one
one.
has its own. Its
Sean,
own-
Sean's answer is the best. The next cigar is always the next. His favorite is the next cigar.
It's
That's
you know
also
why
good.
Sean is right. Sometimes is because it's been hard work to reach what we are trying to accomplish with Ojo Corojo, right? So the development of it somehow it overwhelm you, and it force you to uh, focus more on it, and make you like it, right? But you cannot fall in love with it. You cannot fall in love with any of your product. it has to shine by itself. It has to be a cigar that the consumer appreciate and like to smoke. And but the Ojo Corojo, guys, wait until you see it. And by the way, we're gonna tell you also, we are trying to introduce at the PCA a Viva La Vida Connecticut wrapper that we've been working so hard to bring to the market. The wrapper is delicious, creamy, smooth, sweet. It's gonna be really amazing when the final product comes to the market and you guys have the chance to smoke it.
Well, guys,
Connecticut Viva La Vida.
I can't thank you enough for coming on.
Yeah.
It
was fun.
Bill set this up,
Yep.
but you guys are amazing. Your cigars are amazing, and we really appreciate you very much.
Thank you. So
Thank you.
I look forward to talking to you more.
Yeah, we'll bring you back on when in your next venture. We'll catch up and see how we're looking. I appreciate you coming on. We don't want to keep you too long because I know you're out there with that windshield time, and you got
And if you're trying to drive back into New York,
We want to get you before traffic.
yeah.
But thank you for asking. We asked some tough questions, and thank you for asking them and answering them.
it's a
And
pleasure.
I really enjoyed it because I learned a lot about the transition you guys made and what it took. So thank you.
Thank
Right.
you so much. Thank you. Thank you as well from our side here, guys. Thank you for allowing us to be at your podcast. And from here, I wish you guys happy holidays. Be safe.
Same to you.
And congratulations on your achievement. And hopefully, in years to come, we will be there, allowed to be at your podcast when you have people not only in the 50 states but all over the world.
Yep.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
righty, we appreciate it. You guys stay
Thank you,
safe.
Thank you.
Looking forward to talking to you again, and looking for your next offering, which I know will be just as good as the other three.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
Thank you for the trust that you have in us.
All righty.
Have a
Thanks.
nice
All right,
holiday,
take
guys.
care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Mhm.
Take
Bye.
care.
All right.
That was interesting.
There you go.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
good.
But they were here.
Did they come here?
Yeah, we had an event upstairs,
I missed it.
and we had Leo from Nova Cigars.
Okay,
We
yeah.
had Billy and Gus. It was an Ash Hole New York chapter thing,
Yeah.
and
No, they can't hear us anymore. Right?
yeah, they're gone.
Okay. I'm looking forward to trying more of their cigars. Trying to get them back into the store. I'm serious. They're putting out a great product.
This is a good cigar. I'm usually a Connecticut smoker. It's
But you have one to look forward to because they're going to come.
I
out
know,
with
that's
that
what I was gonna
There you
say.
go.
But those guys were great. They answered a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And, I learned a lot. It was interesting to hear the transition from retail
yeah.
to
Yeah.
the manufacturing and stuff. So,
Now we can switch gears, wrap up week.
Oh
12.
yeah. Let's get our picks and get it wrapped up.
And then
We're
we'll
coming
get
up
your
on
picks.
53 minutes.
All right. Yep. So the first one we have Thursday night football. We have the Steelers coming up against the Browns.
Steelers.
Yep. There's no question in that. Sunday we don't have the Bills are out of the option. This is their bye week.
Their
so
bye
we
week,
don't have to
okay.
worry about that.
Go Bills.
Yep. Titans are taking on the Texans.
Texans.
Titans. It's going to be an upset.
I'm gonna pick an upset in my college picks for you.
Okay. Vikings versus the Bears.
Vikings.
Vikings.
Cowboys and the Redskins.
I'm taking the Redskins.
Oh, the Redskins. The Cowboys are brutal.
Patriots and the Dolphins.
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 I hate picking either one. I wish for the meteor to hit the stadium with them, but yeah.
The 9-1 Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Panthers.
No,
Well,
Chiefs.
I don't want to pick Kansas City, but I think they're going to win it.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well play Little Sisters of the Poor.
That's it. Well, the Bills will say, guys, we're doing our part. When are you going to help us out?
I don't think they got anybody in that schedule for Kansas City.
No.
Yeah, Ken.
The Buccaneers are taking on the New York Giants.
The Bucks.
Bucks. Although they are starting my favorite Italian quarterback.
Lions and the Colts. Well, you know who I got on that one.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the Lions.
Lions.
100%.
Notice I didn't wear my Colts.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Lou's wearing the Baltimore Colts thing, and Steve Tasker walks into the store.
And asked him, why are you wearing the Colts
And he's like, hey,
sweatshirt?
Lou, why are you wearing a Colts? What are you doing here?
And what did I do? I had my Bill shirt out.
Yeah. It was funny.
Broncos are going up against the Raiders this week.
Broncos.
Taking the Broncos. Although they disappointed me a couple times this year.
Yeah, when they played the Chiefs.
The
Yeah.
Cardinals are taking on the Seahawks.
Cardinals. Ooh, we're picking down the line together.
What are you gonna do?
One upset I picked.
The Niners against the Packers.
Taking the Packers.
Yeah, what's going on with the Niners?
Niners, injuries have caught up to them.
Yeah.
Eagles and the Rams.
Eagles.
I'm going to Rams. I'm gonna
Picking the Eagles.
take the Rams. I've seen the last few games they've been playing well.
So you got the Eagles.
What's
You
your
got the
pick? We don't
Rams.
hear your picks.
Yeah, you've just been writing them down, buddy boy.
And then you secretly
And then you
put-
give us the totals. Oh, look, I'm winning. I can actually see I'm writing them. I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And it's in ink. It's not
Yeah,
like I
it's
got
in
that,
ink.
you know.
I'm not
Hey.
accusing you of anything. I'm just,
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right.
And then we have Monday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Chargers.
Oh, God, I hate this, but the Ravens.
Yeah.
I hate having to pick them.
you know
I
what?
know they're your team. I hate them.
Well, that's my son's team, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick different from Sean. I'm going with the Chargers.
All right.
All right.
Now, what's your college
All
lots
right,
this
let's
week?
start out with James Madison.
Boy, that James Madison's a big, busy guy.
Yes, he is. His wife Dolly too.
And who they playing?
Good ice cream.
They're playing. Hold on, I got to look. I just had it and I can't remember it. But if you give me a second,
Sure.
Oh, just wing it.
they're playing another team. How's that? I'll find it in a second. I'm going to go with Penn State
Nittany Lions.
over Minnesota.
Wait a minute. So Penn over Minnesota.
And James Madison's got a tough game against Appalachian State. Appalachian State is really,
Oh, you got to go with Appalachian State.
they beat Michigan.
I just love the name.
So you're going that game, Madison against Appalachian. Who you taking?
Madison.
All right.
Never
And then
count
you're
the
taking
Hills.
Penn over Minnesota.
Never count the hillbillies out.
All right.
And we got Wisconsin and Nebraska. Nebraska's a favorite, but Wisconsin's defense has really stepped up. And I'm going to go with an upset here at Wisconsin.
All right.
And then Utah State playing San Diego State. I like
The
Utah
Utes.
State. Here's my upset of the week here. It could be upset of the year. Indiana's playing Ohio State.
Wow.
I hate Ohio State.
I think it's going to be Ohio. I'll put me on that one. I'll pick Ohio.
I'm going with the upset here.
Oh,
Indiana.
Indiana.
All right.
I bet you I win that one.
You may, but I
Yeah.
think Indiana has.
So that's your 5 locks for the week.
Yes.
All right.
My underdog pick would be Indiana.
All right. Well, we
Well,
shall see.
All right. I mean, we already know on this one.
This is a drive.
This is a drive,
It's an absolute
100%.
drive.
Yeah.
I
Excellent
mean,
cigar.
I haven't touched it up. Good smoke. It's burning good.
These guys are really putting out
It's
quality
a nice
cigars.
sturdy cigar.
You
Yeah.
know what? For would you call this a full body?
Mhm.
I don't get that full body.
No,
taste.
there's no
It's
bitter.
not sharp. It's not.
Right.
It doesn't burn.
Great flavor.
Yeah,
Great
good
flavor.
cigar.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're listening
Go
to
out
this,
and get some of these.
right, and you can pick up the this month's edition of Cigars and Spirits. Billy and Gus are on the cover, and they have an article on the inside to read. I haven't read it yet, but it just talks about their journey through this process. We appreciate everybody listening. Go out and get yourself a Viva La Vida Club 500 or a Jester or the El Pupel, which is octopus in their native language. And we thank you for joining us today. But remember, smoke what you like.
One more thing.
Sure.
Hey guys, ladies, if you're watching this, spread the word. Get your friends to watch and
That's it.
send in your questions, any sports questions, your team that you want us to talk about. Spread the word. And for you in the overseas, spread the word in your country. And
and hit the like button and the subscribe button.
Right. Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
But like I said, we appreciate it. This is your podcast. We're just
Three guys at a table.
we're three guys at a table. We're your outreach. But like we said, smoke what you like what you smoke, but always stay smoky.
Have a good week.